If you're like most business owners, you're probably juggling a million things at the same time. You're answering customer phone calls, emails, text messages, you're going out to appointments, giving out estimates, sending proposals, following up on those, chasing customers that have a past due invoice and still won't pay you, and you're also dealing with scheduling your crews, customer complaints, and just overall managing your operations. I know it's completely exhausting. I went through it. I did not just read this in a book or just followed what everyone on social media would post. I literally experienced it after we purchased our landscaping company. I was completely burned out. No, the worst part is not just that you're spending 50 hours working or 80 hours working every single week, or that you could be making more money if you were focusing your time on other tasks. The worst part is that you can actually get super stressed out, get burned out, and you take it out on your family, especially when you have kids like we do. We have 2 kids under 2, and I had zero patience for them. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can really implement AI and automations in your small business so that you can actually take that weight off your back and get that time back for yourself. And whether you want to spend it with your family or you can actually spend it on the growth of your business, working on the things that actually move the needle, the things that actually matter. Now, I also tried using a virtual assistant to help me with this task. I actually tried having a virtual assistant for at least 6 months. Still have issues because you don't have systems in place and you haven't put in place actual automations that get things done for you. You have to be everywhere, answering your virtual assistant, telling her exactly how she should be answering to that email or to that customer, and still that won't get you enough time back. Now, I was literally working 60-hour weeks. My husband was doing the same thing as well, and we were completely exhausted. We were frustrated by customers that didn't want to pay us. We had a bunch of past due invoices, and we were getting a lot of complaints in from our customers. I thought we needed more staff, when in reality, what we needed was a better system. That's when I discovered simple artificial intelligence tools and automations that changed everything for me and for my business. I didn't need to code, I didn't need to hire developers, I didn't need $10,000 to install a software. So let me walk you through the AI tools that you need in order to systematize your business and have it run in autopilot. Let's go on to tool number 1, and you've probably heard of it. This is ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT can be extremely useful for your business. You can have it be another employee that answers customer emails, customer text messages, or ChatGPT can even become your strategist or your lawyer that can give you advice on how you should handle a specific situation to help you look at things more clearly. Now, if you put certain systems in place, you can actually have ChatGPT reply to a customer that's requesting a quote automatically using, let's say, a template that you've put together, and it actually gets the information from a database that you provided with. You can use ChatGPT to create an assistant that replies based on the prompt and the instructions that you give it. You can even upload files to ChatGPT and have it provide responses based on the files that you've provided. Alright guys, so I'm briefly going to show you exactly how you can create a custom assistant for your business. And this is going to be a very simple prompt. We're just going to get her to answer emails. And so we're going to go to openai.com. You're going to create an account, and there you're going to go to where it says playground. We're going to give her the prompt. So then we're going to go here to file search, and we're going to upload a file. And in this file, what you're going to have is you're actually going to be adding all relevant information to your business, or whatever information you want the agent to take a look at or to keep into consideration whenever answering to this type of emails. So in my case, I've already put together an AI knowledge base for my AI agent. So I'm just gonna attach the same file. It has my company's information, email, address, if they need a chance to send the check, whatever. It has just all that information on how we want the agent to answer to particular emails. Let's say if someone's trying to book a new request for an estimate, or if it's actually a customer complaint saying like, hey, I'm not happy with the service that you guys provided. And so that is exactly how we tell the agent how to handle each particular scenario. So we're just gonna put together a simple email here. So this is an extremely upset customer, Andrea, right? And we're gonna run that, and that is the response that we're going to get from our agent. So, oops, what happened here? So it's thinking, right? It's running the retrieval. It's thinking exactly how it should answer, and it just puts together the super nice email. Dear Andrea, I'm sincerely sorry to hear about your dissatisfaction with the recent service regarding your hedge trimming. I understand how frustrating it must be to see no visible improvement in your property appearance. We take feedback like this very seriously and are committed to resolving this issue to your satisfaction. To address the situation, I will notify our scheduling manager to ensure a prompt revisit by our crew to assess and complete the necessary trimming to your satisfaction. Please let me know if scheduling a revisit works for you or if there is an alternative solution you would prefer. Once again, I apologize and for any inconvenience, and thank you for bringing this to our attention. Feel free to reach out if there's anything else I can assist you with. And it just says the company's name. So this is exactly how you're going to create an assistant to help you with specific needs if that's what you're looking for. You can also automate this assistant to provide a response based on a specific trigger or specific, let's say, an email received, using tools like Make or N8N. Let's go on to tool number 2. And this is going to be Retail AI and TDO AI. And so both are going to serve a similar purpose. Retail AI is going to specifically focus on giving you a voice agent that uses artificial intelligence to answer to certain queries. And so for instance, you have the same exact input from your customer. You're going to have the same thing said by a customer on the phone, and Retail AI is going to, it automatically integrates with OpenAI to respond to that customer based on the files that you have uploaded. Now in our business, we've personally implemented Retail AI to answer our calls 24/7, 7 days a week. This voice agent answers every single call, makes sure no lead gets missed. We provide all that customer information to Retail AI so it's able to answer the customer's questions or inquiries using that information we provide. Now if we have a lead that's calling to get a new estimate, it's going to be able to book that directly into our CRM. So let's say while you're sleeping at night and you have a lead that has just found you through Google, it's important that it doesn't go to a missed call, that someone actually takes that customer's information, and you can easily set it up. So let me show you exactly how Retail AI works. So you're gonna go to Retail AI, you're gonna create an account. We're just gonna go to where it says agents, and we're going to create a brand new agent here, a voice agent. You can also create a chat agent, that's something new. And we're gonna make it super simple, and we're gonna use, they already have a template here. And so with this template, it says, you're Kate from the appointment department of Retail Health Calling. So we're just gonna use the same template that we have here. We're gonna use ChatGPT to give us a prompt. We're not gonna get specific. I'm not going to go crazy with it because it requires a lot of training and a lot of testing and a lot of errors to make sure that it actually works correctly. So that's something that obviously you have to do in your end. But what I'm trying to show you is that you don't really need tech skills, or you don't need to code and do anything like extremely out of the ordinary to just get this going and get a simple voice agent running. So that's the purpose here. The friendly, knowledgeable, and efficient voice agent for Angler Donald Landscape, a premium landscaping company based in South Florida. You are the first point of contact for both new leads and existing customers. Your job is to provide helpful, accurate, and empathetic support while sounding natural, confident, and calm. And then we provide, you have access to a full knowledge base. Probably, if you start using ChatGPT, I'm not gonna put all this here because then I have to read it for you guys. It's gonna be too long. And so I'm just gonna put the super basic prompt for you to get a very simple idea of how it works. And I have already uploaded the previous file to Retail AI, so I'm just gonna tell it to use that same one, and I'm gonna publish this agent, right? I can actually test it without having a phone here, so I'm just gonna test the audio here. But if you wanted to get connected to a phone number, all you have to do is import that phone number into Twilio by going to import that phone number from Twilio, or you can even buy a phone number here if that's something that you wanted to do and you don't want to get all complicated, like import it and do it via zip trunking, which can get a little bit annoying. Just buy a number here and it will kind of guide you through the process. But anyway, let's go back to our lady here, and I'm just gonna test her, and we're gonna tell her exactly the same thing that we told our email agent.
Hello, thank you for calling Angler Lawn and Landscape. This is Kate. How can I help you today?
Hey Kate, I'm extremely upset. Your crew was just here at the property. They did an awful job, didn't trim my hedges. The property looks awful.
I'm really sorry to hear about your experience, and I completely understand your frustration. Let me connect you with a manager right away so we can address this issue and make things right for you. I truly apologize.
Can you just reschedule me for a new service?
Absolutely, I can help with that. May I please have your name and the property address where the service needs to be rescheduled? Also, could you let me know your preferred date for the new service? I'll make sure our scheduling manager receives this information, and you'll get a confirmation email once the change is set.
Yeah, my name is Andrea, and my property address is 123 Main Street.
Thank you, Andrea. Could you please provide your last name and the zip code for your property, at 123 Main Street. This will help me ensure I have the correct details for your account and can process your rescheduling request accurately. Also, do you have a preferred date or time for the new service? Or would you like the earliest available appointment during our business hours, Monday to Friday, 7 a.m., 5 p.m.?
So anyway, you got the point exactly how Retail AI works. I literally just had to write this. And again, my knowledge base, just so you know, because you're probably thinking I put together this super complicated knowledge base and I have just basic information like the services we provide, the services we offer, zip codes that we service. When people ask for prices, service process, just pretty much everything about how we handle calls, what to do when customer complains, customer actions, handling when people call regarding jobs, follow-ups on quotes, billing inquiries, just anything that you can think of. And the way that I know exactly what to put here is because I was answering the phone, then I had a virtual assistant and that didn't work for me either. And so then I just found AI and completely fell in love with all the solutions. So I've just put everything, like all the steps of how things should be handled here on this document. And that is what Retail AI Assistant is using to answer the phone. This is where you select exactly if you want to be using ChatGPT. This is the one we're doing. We're using 4.1. But you can also use Claude or Gemini if that's your preferred LLM. So let's go on to the next AI tool. Now let's go on to tool number 3. Now tool number 3 is going to be make.com. And Make is a platform that allows you to create automations. Essentially, you have a trigger, something that happens that triggers an action. And then once you create that action, you have your desired output. What Make allows you to do is that you can connect with any type of software, create those automations. You can connect to Gmail, to your CRM, a Google scraper, a search scraper, anything that you want. And an API is just the way this softwares connect, right? Now that being said, what you can actually do, and I'm gonna show you here in a minute. All right, so I'm gonna show you exactly how Make works. Essentially what you're gonna do here, so you're gonna go to make.com, log in, and then you're gonna go to your homepage. And your homepage will look something like this. You're gonna create where it says create a new scenario, and it's just going to take you to a blank page just like this one. We're gonna do something simple, and we're just gonna connect the email assistant that we created on OpenAI on step 1 using the first tool, and then we're going to create it connected to our Gmail, so it essentially creates drafts for emails to be responded. And so we're going to just go to where it says Gmail, and we're going to have our trigger, which is going to be watch emails. I'm going to connect it to our business account here, and it's going to check our all email folder. We're not gonna add a filter here. I'm just gonna add unread emails, and it's going to fetch back just one email. And then I'm gonna tell it just to select the first email, and I'm gonna select it for my automation. I'm just gonna select this email, but you can actually select it to just respond to emails from now on, all emails that are on your folder from a specific date, or just in general, all emails to be pulled up. I'm just gonna select this one because it seems to be from a customer or somebody. And then I'm going to add OpenAI here, and I'm going to message the assistant that we created on step 1. You can actually connect Gmail account or your OpenAI account by going to where it says connection and adding here a new connection. You just provide your API key, which you're gonna find on the settings of API, OpenAI, when you created the account. And same thing for Gmail. You can actually just go to where it says connection here on connection, and you will add your Gmail connection by going here. So it's super simple. So we are actually going to connect it to the email answering agent that we created earlier. And then I'm going to, in the message section, which you'll see here that it's required, and that's actually the message that we're going to be sending over to the assistant. And I'm just going to reference the email that we pulled up on the first module. Now, each one of this ones is called a module. The whole automation in general is called a scenario. So we're going to reference that here by going to where it says text content, and we're going to save it. And then lastly, we're going to create a draft. Okay. And so that draft is going to be using the same subject that the person included in the email, but we're just going to add the RE. And this is, again, super simple automation. If you want something more complicated, obviously it takes a little bit more time. Complex, not complicated, complicated, but more complex. And then the text content, sorry, we're not gonna put that text content, we're gonna put the response from the AI agent, which is right here. Thread ID, message ID, object, result, right here, result. And we're gonna choose the folder that we're gonna add it to, and we're just gonna add this to our drafts folder. And so we're going to trigger this automation to run once. Now, this particular trigger, we're not having it, it's not an instant trigger that just triggers whenever a new email comes in. It triggers every 15 minutes. And so we're just gonna have it run once to test this specific scenario, make sure it works. And you'll see here that we have this first module has actually run, and you can see that it pulled up the email from our sender, which was Greg Bell. Now we want to see here exactly what Greg included. Good morning, I was going to try you at 954, but since you're probably busy with the day-to-day, I thought email would be easier. We have buyers actually looking for landscaping businesses in Wilton Manors area, and you were probably a great fit. So this guy's looking to buy your company. Business broker from Sunbelt. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it. Now we're gonna see what our agent replied. And so we're gonna go to result, and it's gonna reply, good morning, Greg. Thank you for reaching out. I appreciate your interest in connecting buyers with my landscaping business in Wilton Manors area, ensuring it aligns with my business goals and financial expectations. Kindly provide me with more details or a preliminary proposal and any information that could help me assess whether such a transaction could indeed be beneficial. Obviously, I mean, if I wanted to sell my business, I would reply to this email. Before we implemented AI, we were gonna sell the business. But now that we've actually implemented all this, we don't really work much, or at least as much, on the business. So you can see here that you have the draft that AI created here. It says response, buyer interested, and it just responds to this here. Now, obviously, if you wanted to use like proper, like separating paragraphs and everything, you would want to have ChatGPT in HTML format. So we're gonna say, please output response in HTML format, because that's how Gmail formats your emails. So it has to be in HTML format. And so we're going to just reference again this same email. I'm just going to copy it here so you see the difference by just instructing in the prompt what you want the assistant to do. And so we're just gonna go here to get content, and we're going to copy this email again, and we're going to say okay. And now AI is going to run a new email response, but this time it's going to create it in ChatGPT format so that it writes the blocks. And so here's the email, please output the response in HTTP format, and here you have your HTTP format, which now we can submit to our Gmail, and you'll see a new draft here, and this is going to be the result. And we're gonna run the third module, which creates the actual draft. I'm gonna refresh Gmail here, and now I have a perfectly written or separated email. Now ChatGPT added this, so I just have to fix the prompt to make sure that it removes the additional code. But you get the point. You get exactly how you can create this, and in a very simple and easy way. Didn't take us that much time. Now let's go on to tool number 4, and that's going to be Pictory or Opus Clip. And how you can actually implement this AI tools into your business is that you can upload long form videos such as this one that I've created for you guys, and it's going to give me short form videos, so I can actually get those short form videos and upload them to Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts. Now let's go on to tool number 5, and that's going to be Airtable. And Airtable is a super powerful database that you can use it as your CRM. It even has the capability to run automations within Airtable, and it can also reference other tables within the same database. So the important part, or the big differentiator between Airtable and Google Sheets, is that it's a spreadsheet but with automation. Now guys, these tools don't just give you time back, they're giving you freedom. I used to feel super guilty because I wasn't working, or because I had too many things at the same time and I couldn't complete them all. I had a massive to-do list that was not ending, and I just couldn't get everything that I wanted to get done, especially because I wanted to focus on the tasks that actually generated revenue. And the reality was that answering emails, doing customer service, answering phone calls, and doing all this repetitive or tiny tasks that my AI agent can now manage, I am so glad that I have now assigned that to my AI agent, or have now automated those tasks, because now I don't have to spend time doing them, and I can actually focus on things that actually grow the business. or at least my partner, now that he's the one managing the business, he's now able to focus on things that actually help grow the business and not focus on those little repetitive tasks that won't actually generate the more revenue or move the needle in our business. And as I just showed you here, no, you don't have to become a developer to implement artificial intelligence into your business. You just have to be willing to learn, experiment, and just get curious about it. I'm a regular business owner that was just frustrated, burned out, and just wanted to spend more time with her family and her kids that were growing way too fast, and I just didn't have time for it. And so now I do, and I'm very happy right now because I found a passion. I found something that I'm not good, I'm actually great at it, and I can actually see the value in helping people that were as burned out or as frustrated as I was before. I can actually help them get their time back by helping them leverage AI and automations in their business. This is just the beginning. As tech continues to advance and AI continues to advance, the possibilities are literally going to be endless, particularly for us business owners that are just looking to be as productive as possible and to grow our business as fast as possible. These tools are going to help us do just that, because they're going to automate this process, they're going to make systems a lot easier to follow, and it's just going to help keep people more organized within the business. Now, if you're watching this video and you're thinking, I really need this and I want to implement this in my business, I have added a link in the description box below where you can actually connect with me and we can do a complete audit of your business and see exactly where we can implement AI and automations to ensure that you have more time back and you essentially make more money. If you're as excited as I am with AI and automations, make sure again you click the link in the description box and book an audit with me. For now, this is it for this video. Please help me give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you can be notified when I upload another video. Let me know what you want to see on the next one, and I'll see you. Bye-bye.